I have the special opportunity at the forum and the summit to give an update on the charitable arm of EBS. So for those that don't know me, Georgie Campbell, I am co-founder with Bruiser and also Chief Philanthropy Officer here at Entrepreneurial Business School. And my lane is the charitable arm. So I look after our registered not-for-profit, and that is called Mission Abundance Foundation. And I thought it sort of timely, based on Wado's piece and Dr. Alia's, to look at what we envision. So we envision a world where all individuals, and I'm really going to emphasise one word, and that's all individuals, have access to essential resources and education, empowering them to break the cycle of generational poverty. And I used the key word and I underlined it, I bolded it, it's empowering. So a part of our line is that we empower independence. So when we go to a community, and it's heavily in Africa at the moment, we must go there with the intention to empower people. Not there just to send money, not just there to walk in and change it all, actually pass our knowledge on and receive knowledge, and both ways get empowered, so it's a win-win. I wanted to just put up a quote that, who in the room knows Dr. Jane Goodall has just recently passed away? Yeah, incredible person, primatologist, philanthropist, and every action she took, she demonstrated because she knew it actually had an outcome. So every act we do has an impact on the world. So this is her quote: "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and what you have to decide is what kind of difference you actually want to make." So what does Mission Abundance Foundation want to do? What's our impact? What difference do we want to make? So I'm going to give you a little update. Not often in the not-for-profit space, we talk more about lives impacted, but we actually do have a figure up in the headquarters of EBS. I don't know who's been there. Who's been to actually EBS headquarters here on the Sunshine Coast? We have a pretty special wall. Now, whether you've noticed it or not, every line in that office every office is a line, a straight line, except one wall. Every wall is a straight line except one wall. It's this one. It's curved. And we purposely built it curved because it has the biggest impact. It's painted gold, because gold to us reflects abundance. And our common goal, and I mean our, because as EBS community, I mean all of us, we have a charity common goal of 50 million by 2032. We actually changed that. It actually was at 5 million, and just this year we agreed as the foundation to increase our impact. But again, like I said, we talk more in lives impacted. So an amazing volunteer of mine produced just a graphic for you to see some real data for all my high detail people who'd say, actually, where are you heading? How are you tracking? And I just love this, so thank you to Kate Kretzes for doing that. So on the top left is we run a child sponsorship program, and that's for children based over in Uganda. That's where we heavily support. We have 2 communities that we work with. And essentially, quite a lot of you in this room are sponsors of children. And as you can see, our goal is to impact 1,000 children in child sponsorship by 2032. And I think we're tracking really well. What do you get under child sponsorship? Those children get access to clean water, access to a feeding program, access to education to break that generational poverty, medical outreach, mentorship. The list is long. And I'm very proud that to date we've got, as you can see up there, just under the 400 children in sponsorship. So the one on the top right is push bikes. So who in my room has done the EUP Foundation meeting? There's a bike game. Love or hate it, those bikes end up somewhere. So a part of our something that's a real part of our being as the foundation is supporting vulnerable persons, and that can be children or adults. Those push bikes, I can proudly say, go to local. It's a local Sunshine Coast, local New Zealand, soon to be in the UK, and that makes us super proud because they're going to kiddies who don't have a push bike at Christmas. They probably have zero. They're couch hopping with their families at the moment, here even on the Sunshine Coast. So that's a pretty powerful one, and we're tracking really, really well to our goal in 2032 with our pushbacks. So bottom left is medical camps. So for those who don't know, every September we travel over to Uganda and we spend time with our communities that we support, and we run a medical camp. We fund it. Mission Abundance funds a full-day medical camp. And I'll talk a little bit more on it later. But again, I wanted to give you an idea. We've said by 2032, impact 15,000 people in those communities, and again, travelling really well towards our goal. And the bottom right is one-off projects. So we might install a water bore into one of the slums that we support. Now, that one water bore that this community funded at the very middle of the year function that some of you have been at, that one tap is used by 4,000 people to get clean water and not drink from the sewage that floats around in the alleys through the corridors. So I thought that was just a beautiful overall perspective. Who likes that? It's amazing. So recently, we just returned in September. We took EBS clients over to Uganda, lots in this room, and lots coming on the next one, which we're already at full capacity. This is a great program that EBS offers, and it's also called Mission Abundance Humanitarian Program. So I'm going to take you on a little walk back to where did it begin, when was our first one. It was actually in 2016, and it wasn't to Uganda, it was to Papua New Guinea. So Bruce and myself took EBS clients, around 20. I think there's one or two in this room who were on this original trip. As you can see, the old branding of EBS, which I thought was really cool to see. And our daughter there, they're the kids of Kokoda she's with. She was 10 when she walked the Kokoda track from Kokoda village through to Port Moresby. That was probably our first big exposure to vulnerability and children living on the track who needed assistance. So we fundraised. Step us forward through to the most recent trip, and there's some of the beautiful words we got back from EBS clients who travelled with us to Uganda this recent trip. But I want to tell you a funny story. Would you like to hear it? Can everyone see the plane in the background? Yeah. So Bruiser, he comes up to me, we're in Uganda, and he says, "Georgie, I've bought a plane." And we could have talked about it. And he said, "And it's purple." And I'm like, "Bruce, just talk to me about it." And he said, "I bought a purple plane playground." So we installed it while we were in there, and the kids loved it. Look, it's well used. As you'd imagine, hundreds and hundreds of kids use that plane each day. And all the people in the front are the kids that we visit, but also all the team that travel over. It's beautiful. And those words really exemplify what the trip's about. We then, at the same time, under the guidance of a very long-term EBS client and partner, James Taylor coordinates a medical camp for us while we're there. He's done it for the last couple of years. So Mission Abundance, the EBS clients who travel with us, we help support and run it. Mission Abundance funds the camp. We bring in the doctors and the dentists and the optometrists. And we are supporters. And you'll see on the left side, that's Layla. That was our youngest Mission Abundance traveller with us, the daughter of one of our clients up from Alice Springs. And that was a great visual from Nick Andrews up the back. It was to give the scope of the medical camp, that's a huge football field and netball courts, and we pitch up a pop-up medical tent, and we treated 2,122 people. Think of your GP, think of about 8 GPs on a day, and we went through and treated that many people for free healthcare. That, I think, deserves a round of applause, that one. Yeah. So I'll move through. There is always lots of projects going on, and I could talk all afternoon on this. I love it. So a couple of updates for those that are interested. Bridge of Abundance. So BCM is in the slums of Natete, and we, through the EUP, the foundation meeting, we do this over the weekend. People put some money in to participate in a certain game, and all those funds go over to the charity. So we had put in, top left is how we found it. So there was a plank across a sewer, and that's how kids would get to school every single day. they'd go across the plank, they'd come back until a child fell in. There's water, the child drowned. So we were like, we have to do something. We started by building a small bridge that just didn't survive. So the most recent trip, and you've got beautiful Tiff there, she travelled with us. On the right-hand side, we've actually drained underneath, fully covered it over, so now they walk over this beautiful mound of a bridge, and we called it the Bridge of Abundance, so they can safely cross to school every day. This is a good one. Not the van on the right, the van on the left. From the Entrepreneurs Forum this year, we fundraised an incredible amount of money with this community, and this is the van we purchased. This is a school van. It's going to be used for outreach for the community that's in the city centre, in the slums, because a lot of kids are walking night and day to get to school. They actually stay at school most of the time because they get a meal a day, they get educated, it's safe, they get clean water. So this van's going to be busy, and we've just been doing a bit of concepts around how we're going to wrap it, so it makes it special for the kids. So we've played a bit on our logo, and we're going to use it like flowers because it's a kids' van. So for those that were here and I said we needed to buy a van, please know the van has been purchased. The funny part is, when we bought the van, there's no seats in it. So now I've got to put seats in it. But it's going to be awesome. It's not far off hitting the road. So that will be the BCM school van. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie. This is this project is the farming project out for our rural community, Champezi, or known as KCM. There's quite a few volunteers in this very room who hop on monthly on a Zoom call with Uganda, and I've talked of this before, but they are our agronomists and our farmers and our food producers, and they're just imparting knowledge. So what you see is not what we found. We bought land with, again, the Entrepreneurs Forum funds. It was bare block, rubble, ditches, potholes, bricks on it. Over 12 months, we've had it all cleared. We're guiding them in how to farm. I'm not. These amazing people who are supporting me are. And what you're looking at is the fruits of the labour. They've grown watermelons. We've just done a 4.5 tonnes of maize once it was grinded. This is food now going back to the children. So if you think back to empowering, we're empowering the farmers to produce the food to feed the children. So this is a great project. Awesome cabbages on the left there. So Rehab Centre, this is that big ambitious project I get to talk about a lot. We are progressing. We have a lot of volunteers supporting this happening, but this is our Mission Abundance team. We are now down to the phase of we're painting walls. We literally dug the soil. That's how long this project's gone. We're painting walls. You've got Trish Thorogood there over on the right. She was sweeping madly. Thank you, Trishy. So a little bit of health and safety commentary I could pass on the middle boys from KCM as they did the ceilings, but the timeline is that they will be in by Christmas, and that is a big sigh of relief because it's a huge project. So that's vulnerable children up to 200. They live their short-term care, exposed in some atrocities, guys, we probably don't want to even think about, but they'll get counselling and food and rehabilitation. So, thank you. Just a quick snappy of the push bikes, because I love them. We have big, small, little, so that's just some of the amazing EBS clients have been a part of recent programs. Thank you for leaning in and playing. For those wondering, how do I know more? This is our beautiful website, and again, I'm going to acknowledge the website, Pixel & Co. They helped me design this website, EBS, amazing EBS partners, and also I've got currently another volunteer who's now building my website out. So if you're looking for some information or you're interested, that's where you go, and so please write that down. You can have opportunity to sponsor a child. You can do one-off donations. And coming up on Monday, we've actually got a beautiful online campaign starting, and that is we've built a rehabilitation centre, now we have to put everything in it that they need. Beds, fridges, whatever it takes for the children to live comfortably. So you'll see on the EBS Community socials coming up, the community, EBS Community, just a bit of a call to arms to get support to please go on and perhaps donate one off to buy a bed, to buy some bedding, to buy a mosquito net. Every little single bit counts, and then we put it as a collective and we send it over to start furnishing that centre. So that's a pretty special one. The last slide I want to finish on, because there's people in this room who are volunteers. So every person under the piece that I look after, the Foundation of Volunteers, so I have to thank them foremost. They've been out on that booth. I don't know if you had a chance to speak. It's Mission Abundance Foundation. It's great that they basically have been there all day. Go and talk to them, because one of the things that they'll tell you is volunteering, even if it's on a casual basis, is highly fulfilling. And what I've noticed in my reflection of the people involved, it's not just the lives over there we change, it's actually yours as well. So please go and have a chat to the volunteers, and anyone who wants to talk to me, I'm up at the back during the break. Thank you so much. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here.